It must be stated that organizing peaceful, transparent, and credible elections is not the work of the Electoral Commission only. It is a collective effort involving mandated state agencies, the political parties, civil society, and the citizenry. In furthering its quest for peaceful internal security, the National Peace Council was created to facilitate and develop mechanisms for conflict prevention, management, resolution, and to build sustainable peace in the country. It must be said that since its initial law was passed in 2011, the National Peace Council has taken great steps in ensuring peace in Ghana during, after, and beyond elections. We have, together with key stakeholders, including IDEC, the traditional leadership of this country, and development partners, mobilized for the signing of previous peace accords in the years 2012 and 2016. The National Peace Council has been outstanding, particularly in the processes leading to the passage of the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act 2019, Act 999, by providing platforms for dialogue towards the preparation and adoption of two important documents, that is, the Roadmap and Code of Conduct for Eradicating Vigilantism in Ghana. This work got our two major political parties, specifically the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, to sign and commit to denouncing and disbanding any political vigilante groups associated with them. Further to that, the National Monitoring Committee to oversee the implementation of the Roadmap and Code of Conduct has been inaugurated, making sure political parties and other relevant stakeholders adhere to the goals and objectives set out in those documents. Your Excellency, we are gathered here today in furtherance of Ghana's peace and serving as witnesses to the signing of another peace pact. The resort to legal processes to address any election-related concern, which we witnessed in 2012, was a turning point in our democratic development. That must be continued at any point in time when we are not satisfied with the outcome of any election results. Resorting to violence is ill-disposed and must be avoided. It is my hope that signing this pact will not be just another public show, but that all the parties to this accord will genuinely play their roles in ensuring peace during and after the 2020 general elections. To achieve this, political parties should not create platforms that promote conflict and violence. Again, political parties and their candidates must behave responsibly, especially in their utterances in public and in private. Hate speech and other rancorous utterances must be checked and avoided. This will ensure that neither their supporters nor opponents are agitated or motivated in any way to resort to violence. Once again, Your Excellency, the National Peace Council is grateful to all partners and stakeholders who have made this peace pact a reality. Particularly, we are grateful to the Institute of Democratic Governance, IDEC, the Chief Imam's Office, the National House of Chiefs, and the leadership of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, who have contributed in diverse ways for the National Peace Council to come this far. Let us all remember that achieving a peaceful Ghana is a collective responsibility. Let us all commit to make Ghana a peaceful country and a shining example in our sub-region and the rest of Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Ernest Edujensi. Let's remember that this is the Peace Pact of 2020, and we are live streaming on IDEC Ghana, YouTube, also on the National Peace Council Facebook page, broadcasting live on GBC TV, and live tweets at IDEC Peace Pact. At this point in time, I want to acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President of Liberia. Thank you, Madam. All COVID-19 protocols are still in place. At this point in time, may I request respectfully that Mrs. Jean Mensah, who is the chairperson of the EC, come up to give us brief remarks. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic of Ghana, all protocols observed. A good morning to you all. It's a pleasure to be here, and I thank the good Lord for making this day possible. I commend the organizers for this initiative aimed at fostering peace and stability in our dear country before, during, and after the elections in a few days' time. As the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I can vouch for the Commission's commitment to ensuring a peaceful and successful conduct of the 2020 election. And I'm here this morning to present an account of the various initiatives and steps we have taken to achieve this. Distinguished guests, recognizing that transparency, accountability, and responsiveness are sine qua non to a peaceful and credible electoral process, we took steps to demystify activities and remove the cloaks of secrecy that had shrouded our work. Firstly, we established a platform called the Let the Citizen Know, through which we engage directly with citizens, providing relevant bi-weekly information on our operations. Indeed, during the recent voters registration exercise, we provided citizens with information on daily registration statistics, such as numbers of countrywide registrants, number of male-female voters, number of youth, number of first-time voters, and persons with disabilities, among others. We also use the platform to address the concerns of citizens, offering feedback in a timely manner. Distinguished guests, in addition to the Let the Citizen Know platform, we also engage citizens using traditional and new media. This has enabled us to bring the Commission to the living rooms of our citizenry. On a daily basis, we disseminate simple, reader-friendly information through colorful infographics that illustrate all aspects of our work. Hitherto, this was not the case. As a Commission, one of the mechanisms we have employed to broker consensus on key aspects of the electoral process is the Interparty Advisory Committee. This platform brings together the leadership of the political parties, civil society, development partners, and the Commission together to discuss pertinent issues around our electoral process. Indeed, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, we succeeded in holding at least one meeting every month and 2 meetings a month in the last quarter of this year. I must say that total consensus on all issues has not always been achieved. Nonetheless, we have managed to achieve the agreement of the majority on all the Commission's decisions, with the understanding that the peace and stability of our dear nation is our utmost priority. It is gratifying to note, however, that in our last 2 meetings, the 2 major political parties agreed on key issues regarding this election. The most recent being the unanimous consensus with the Electoral Commission's position that the election day be designated as a holiday. This is a positive move that we hope signals more consensus building beyond the election. I'll now turn my attention briefly to the arrangements we've made to ensure a credible, fair, transparent, orderly, timely, and peaceful election on Monday, the 7th of December. I'm pleased to note that as a result of effective planning and a distribution process, all our election materials have been distributed to the 38,622 polling stations across the country. We have deployed 74,800 new biometric verification devices to the field. Feedback from the recent special voting, which took place on the 1st of December, indicates that the equipment functioned effectively and enabled the prompt verification of voters at all polling stations across the country. We believe that the efficiency of the devices will enhance the voters' experience on the election day. Distinguished gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the Commission's history, ballot papers have been printed and distributed some 2.5 weeks We have nonetheless put in place stringent safety protocols, procuring the necessary items to ensure the safety and security of all stakeholders at all our centers. We were able to test our safety protocols during the 38-day registration exercise, and this would be replicated on election day. Interestingly, we saw a rapid decline in the COVID-19 cases during and after the registration exercise. And we believe that the stringent protocols put in place by the Commission, coupled with the government's own programs, contributed to this reduction. Beyond the polling stations, we have put in place arrangements at all our collation centers to curb the spread of the virus. Projectors and screens have been provided in each of the 275 collation centers and 275 constituency collation centers and 16 regional collation centers on which results will be displayed. This would prevent the gathering of persons around laptops to view the collated results, thereby minimizing crowding and curbing the spread of the virus. Distinguished guests, recognizing that the performance of our field officers is key to the successful conduct of the election, we provided a 3-week rigorous training program on all aspects of our election cycle to some 240,000 field officials. We are confident that with the skills acquired, our field officials will deliver their functions effectively and efficiently. Additionally, for the first time in the Commission's history, all field officials have signed a binding and enforceable code of conduct to abide by the rules and directives of the Commission. On the issue of security, 1 year ago, we initiated engagements with the National Election Security Task Force, headed by the Inspector General of Police, and have continued to provide them with relevant information, including details of all our polling stations, collation centers, and our conflict-prone areas. We are confident that with the arrangements of the security agencies, we would ensure and see law and order throughout the election process. Distinguished guests, in our bid to reduce tension around the election, we plan to declare the results within 24 hours. Whilst this may seem overambitious to some, others have expressed concern about the accuracy of results declared just 24 hours after the election. I assure you that the results will be a true reflection of the will of the people as documented on the results collation sheets, namely the pink sheets. The only aspect of our processes that has changed is the efficiency we have built into them. We are confident that with the total commitment of all our officials, we will witness the timely delivery of accurate results for the 2020 presidential and parliamentary elections. So help us God. For the first time, we have made the register available to voters in 3 formats. Voters can now verify their details on our website through a USSD short code and via a phone app. This has helped reduce the anxiety that most voters would normally have with the new register. Finally, as part of our efforts to strengthen the credibility and integrity of our processes, we have provided training and accreditation to some 25 international and local observer groups. We are confident that the assessment, the independent assessments, will go a long way to ensure the credibility and integrity of our processes and the election as a whole. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to note that the level of transparency and openness of the Commission, as well as its responsiveness to the citizenry, has helped reduce suspicion and build trust and confidence in the Electoral Commission. We are confident that the various efforts employed by the Electoral Commission will result in a credible and peaceful election. In the long run, these efforts would yield great benefits for our country, helping to foster peace, stability, and development. May God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. Let peace reign. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana. I wish to recognize in our midst a representative of the President of ECOWAS, General Francis A. Behanzen, Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security. General Francis A. Behanzen. This is being organized under the auspices of the Office of the Chief Imam, the National House of Chiefs, and the National Peace Council as co-conveners. IDEG is the technical convener. May I invite to the podium Commissioner of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Addo. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the National Election Security Task Force, which is headed by the Inspector General of Police, I would like to give this brief account of the security services preparation towards election 2020. I must say that our preparation for this election started immediately the previous one ended, because we see security as a process and not an event. On that score, the strategy we put in place have 8 main components. The first one is to do with training and retraining of all security personnel based on our lessons learned from the previous elections. and this training has been very internal, except that in the course of the training, we've worked in partnership with many stakeholders, both within the country and also our external partners. And this has conditioned the police officers and all the other security agencies prepared to face the challenges ahead of delivering a peaceful elections for this country. The second component of this strategy is to do with voter register compilation security strategy, which we have also operationalized, seeing to the successful compilation of the voter register for the 2020 elections. We are aware that there were one or two instances where there were security challenges, which we have factored into the subsequent components of the security arrangement that we have. The third component is the electioneering campaign security strategy, where we see to it that all the people, all the parliamentary presidential candidates crisscrossing the country are well positioned in terms of the space that they need from the security point of view to go about their campaigning successfully. Fortunately for us, that has also been so far very successful. And we have a few days to end that aspect, and we thank God for that. The third component is election material security management. The election material security management, we've worked with the EC and all the political parties and other stakeholders to see to the printing, storage, transportation, and therefore custody of all these materials across the country. And as we speak, all these materials are in the safe custody of the police, and at the right time on the D-days, these materials will be put forward under the same safe custody arrangement to ensure that we have the materials where they are needed for successful use for the purpose of the election. We have also have issues with security for the special voting, where the strategy has also been implemented in a way that we are confident and we are happy with the results from that exercise. Few lessons that were learned have also been picked on that we are using to improve the situation ahead on the D-Day. The next thing that we've worked on in terms of the component of that strategy is the election day security arrangement, where across the country we are putting people at all the polling stations, police officers, and other security agencies at the polling stations, at the collation centers, and also where we have patrols across all the areas that we need to also patrol, to ensure that at the end of the day, everywhere that we're supposed to be and everywhere that we're supposed to do, and ensuring that there is peace and stability, and ensuring that the people will be able to go about their duties of voting and their socioeconomic activities are also peaceful without any challenge. The other component, which is the seventh component, is to do with the post-election situation. That is the security strategy that we have for that. And this includes possible runoff, if any, and it also includes the swelling of the president, and beyond that, ensuring that all those exercises are also carried on successfully without any problem. The eighth component, which is to do with ensuring that we continue on our traditional function of maintaining law and order, because we don't want to be so much focused on the election security such that we forget the traditional responsibility of maintaining law and order, of which the election security is just a component. So putting all this arrangement in place, we want to assure the good people of this country that we are ready to deliver on our constitutional mandate of ensuring that there is a safe and secure environment for all of them to go about their socioeconomic activities and also to have the freedom and the space to cast their ballot. They should go out there without fear and without any hindrance and just demonstrate that civil responsibility of electing the leaders of this country, and we will have their back. And I repeat, we will have their back. But to end, we want to assure you that we can succeed if we get your cooperation. And we know that at all levels, at the individual levels, at the community levels, at the leadership levels, at the traditional levels, at civil society levels, and also at the religious bodies levels, we will get that cooperation. And because today is about signing a pact, a peace pact, I would like to take this opportunity to urge our leaders who are vying for office of this country to help us to maintain the peace and the stability of this country. Their leaders would follow us that when they speak to, they listen. And if they do so, and do that with the passion and the patriotic commitment, we will get to where this country will continue to enjoy the peace and the stability which has become the envy of many. I thank you very much.
The paper is on the floor, madam. The paper is on the floor. The paper.
Thank you very much, COP George Akufo-Addo. That was reassuring. Nananum, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to a very important part of this occasion, and that is to hear our two presidential aspirants speak to us. It's my singular honor to invite to the podium His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the former President of the Republic of Ghana and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Ellen Sirleaf Johnson, the former President of the Republic of Liberia, and let me stand on existing protocol in the interest of time. Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum. As we end our campaigns tomorrow and prepare to vote on Monday, I pledge to ensure peace and preserve the stability of our dear nation, Ghana. Elections are about counting heads and not cutting heads, and so we'll work together towards peaceful elections. I urge the security agencies, voters, and all stakeholders to ensure law and order. We expect to see all security personnel behave professionally, all those deployed for elections to be in uniform with visible name tags and service numbers. Let us strive to prevent the violence of the past, particularly as witnessed in early 2019 during the Awasu West Wuogon by-elections, which till date has gone unsanctioned. Ladies and gentlemen, our country stands at a critical juncture of its history. Never have the lives of so many depended on the power of a thumb. Now more than ever, we need the institutions of our democracy to work impartially to deliver an outcome that is fair, transparent, and in the national interest. The Electoral Commission, the judiciary, the security services, and the media hold the future of our nation in their hands. The United States of America has set an example for us where institutions of democracy have upheld the Constitution despite severe verbal and legal assaults by losing incumbents. Will our institutions perform the same in the face of a similar situation? Recent events under the current administration have given many anxious moments of doubt about this administration's ability to deliver a peaceful, violence-free election. The events of Awasu West Wuogon are fresh in our minds. This administration's refusal to sanction persons involved in assaulting an honorable member of parliament and injuring scores of people remain one of the darkest days in our democratic history. Reckless remarks by leading members of the ruling party that the unfortunate events of Awasu West Wuogon were just a dress rehearsal for the actual election do not inspire confidence for the delivery of a peaceful election. A subsequent intervention by the Peace Council led to the two leading parties, the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party, signing an agreement of 22 deliverables for the eradication of vigilantism. Of these 22 deliverables, 18 were dependent on government. As far as I'm aware, the government has failed to sign the agreement. The loss of 3 lives in the course of a regular voter registration exercise also gives cause for worry. The military siege of the Volta region and other locations during the registration exercise created an intimidatory atmosphere akin to a nation at war. But ladies and gentlemen, we are optimistic. In the face of similar doubts in the past, Ghanaians have risen to the occasion and delivered a peaceful, successful election. It is my prayer that despite our deepest fears, we shall be proved wrong, and Ghana will once again be proven to be the beacon of democracy in Africa. We've done it before, and we can do it again. Let us on Monday exorcise the ghost of Ayawaso West Wagon. My name is John Dramani Mahama, and I stand for peace. Let there be peace in Ghana. Let there be peace in Ghana before, during, and after the elections. God bless our dear nation, Ghana, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress. I am recognizing that the chairman of the National Democratic Congress is here. Shall we acknowledge him? And the General Secretary of the NPP is also here. The chairman of NPP is also here. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for coming. Again, it is an honor to invite to this podium His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana and flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. Mr. President.
Eminent clergy, Christian and Muslim, the former President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the former President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Chief Justice, and the other security, traditional, and civil dignitaries, conveners of the conference, members of the diplomatic corps, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to be part of this event that seeks to highlight the importance of peace in our country as we go to the polls on 7th December on Monday. And I thank the conveners for the invitation to be here and say a few words this morning. This is the 3rd time I've participated in this ceremony. The first 2 as leader of the opposition, and the 3rd as President of the Republic. On both previous occasions, I've held to my part of the Peace Pact, and on this 3rd occasion, as President of the Republic, I will do the same. I stand here as the representative of the New Patriotic Party, a political party founded on the strong belief that Ghana is best governed under a constitutional arrangement that guarantees multi-parties. We come from a long tradition that believes in disputes being settled by superior arguments and not by violence. It has been a long and tortuous journey that has brought this nation finally to this 4th Republic and the consensus of a multi-party democracy. We believe in elections. We have always done, And we in the NPP can safely claim, without any fear of contradiction, that every improvement that has brought more widespread credibility to our electoral process has been at our instigation. The younger generation might not even be aware that the use in the electoral process of transparent ballot boxes and photo IDs were initially resisted. We believe in an electoral process that is genuinely free and fair and in which the people can have confidence. We believe in an electoral process in which the losers will feel they've been in a fair fight and would willingly congratulate the winners and go back to regroup to seek more persuasive ways to convince the electorate. It is in the interest of the political parties that there's not only an absence of violence, but that there is no tension and that there's a truly peaceful atmosphere throughout the country. I would like to call upon the security agencies to be up and doing their work and making sure that the atmosphere in our country is one conducive to the conduct of a fair and transparent process. The strictures as to the consequences of IAS West Wagon may be an opportunity for all of us to look at issues. I myself do not want to use this platform to engage in controversy, but merely to state that whatever were acceptable recommendations of the Commission of Inquiry have been faithfully adhered to by the government. The best manifesto policies and promises will come to naught if there is no peace. You can assemble the sharpest brains and the greatest workaholics to run a government. If there's no peace, your promises remain promises, and you can even have a combination of the best policies, the brightest and most hardworking and incorruptible people to run the government. If there's no peace, you cannot deliver on your promises. I would say, therefore, that we, the politicians and political parties, have the most to lose if there's no peace. I dare say there are some organizations and some individuals whose very existence depend on continuing turmoil in Africa, and African nations being led to believe they will remain poor, dependent, and underdeveloped forever. I do not ask that we behave like the famous three monkeys and see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. But I do not think we help our situation very much when all we see is evil, all we hear is evil, and all we speak is evil. I'm not suggesting that we cover up our failings in any way. We're nowhere near where we should be. There's still poverty, young people remain at risk, and the public purse is not as properly guarded as it should be. But there is a lot that we can and should be proud of, and these two should be part of the narrative. One being the consistent effort made by the Ghanaian people to ensure the peace and stability of our nation. In the immediate matters that concern all of us, I would say we have conducted admirably the electoral process thus far. In the midst of a global pandemic, the Electoral Commission has compiled a credible voters register, arguably the most credible in our history. The special voting process passed off peacefully, with all political parties happy with the process. It does not help that a would-be reputable media organization puts out a totally false story that the EC had been caught with illegally printed excess ballots. If we are concerned about peace, such media outlets should be condemned by all. Such deliberate malice heightens tensions and incites passions unnecessary. We in the NPP want a credible election conducted in a peaceful and tranquil atmosphere. We're certain we have a track record that will make Ghanaians vote to renew our mandate. Just as it was in 2016, we want this victory to be sweet and incontestable. I've said that we believe in elections, and I'm happy to give my word that we shall accept the verdict of the people of Ghana. Above all, I pledge that the peace, unity, and safety of Ghana
to our hearing. Thereafter, he will administer the signing and witnessing of the Peace Pact by the presidential aspirants and the chair of the National Peace Council, the president of the National House of Chiefs, and the executive director of IDEC. When he is about to administer this signing, I would want to respectfully invite Her Ladyship, Justice Cynthia Pamela Addo, the Judicial Secretary, to assist the Chief Justice in exercising this. She will do that with Dr. Emmanuel Akwete. Please, my Lord. Yes. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency, the former President, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol for sake of brevity. It gives me great pleasure to speak at this gathering. Ghana's democracy, like all others, hinges on the consent of the governed. The citizenry has a reasonable expectation to have systems built to protect the individual's right and ensure that there is access to a ready mechanism to secure those rights. On no other institution does the burden of building such a society weigh heavier than on the judiciary. Our law courts are thus much more than the arena for deciding who is right or wrong. They are the ultimate theater in the continuous battle to defend our republic from collapse. This duty becomes more pronounced in the quadrennial contest to decide who leads the republic in terms of governance. Elections are by their very nature tense affairs. There is so much energy, passion, and resources invested that the potential for conflict and misunderstanding cannot be underestimated. It also speaks directly to the very essence of our republic, that the will of the people must be fully and properly reflected in the results of each electoral contest. This imposes a duty of fairness, transparency, and even-handedness in the entire process on all the institutions whose duty is to manage that process, and this includes the judiciary. In recognition of this responsibility of the judiciary and in preparation towards the achieving speediest resolution of election disputes, a fourth edition of Manual on Election Education in Ghana has been launched. I am happy to announce to you that with the benefit of hindsight, all election disputes shall not go beyond 42 days in case of the presidential elections, should there be any, and the manual contains guidelines to that effect. This is how the Supreme Court and the judiciary as a whole will deliver electoral justice. We are poised to play our role in protecting the peace we so much cherish. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for this opportunity, and may God bless our homeland Ghana to continue to triumph and shine. Thank you. This is the third high-level meeting on Presidential Elections Peace Pact 2020. Eradicating electoral violence in Ghana's democracy, the role of political leadership. 1. We, the presidential candidates of the two major political parties in this country, namely the New Patriotic Party, NPP, and the National Democratic Congress, NDC, having met at the Movenpick Ambassador Hotel on this 4th day of December 2020, at the instance of the National Peace Council, the National House of Chiefs, and the National Chief Imam of Ghana, with the objective of securing peaceful elections in December 2020 and the judicial resolution of electoral disputes. 2. Ghana's track record in organizing peaceful and credible elections in the Fourth Republic. 3. Recollecting the Kumasi Declaration, which was signed by the presidential candidates of the 2012 elections, committing themselves to taking a stand against electoral violence, impunity, and injustice in Ghana, as well as the 2016 Accra Declaration on a commitment to peaceful elections and judicial resolution of election disputes. 4, taking cognizance that Parliament has unanimously passed the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act 2019, whilst the political parties under the auspices of the National Peace Council have signed a code of conduct and roadmap for the eradication of vigilante violence. 5, bearing in mind that in spite of this act and code of conduct, sporadic violence has been reported in several constituencies during and after the 2020 voter registration exercise. 6, anxious to renew our deep commitment to peace in all political activities before, during, and after the December 2020 elections, hereby declare as follows. 1, that we hereby commit ourselves and our supporters to peaceful elections in the December 2020 general elections. 2, that we undertake to accept the results of the said elections. 3, that we undertake to restrain our supporters from resorting to violence in the aftermath of the said elections. 4, that we are committed to the judicial resolution of all election disputes. 5, that we have committed to taking all necessary and appropriate measures to deepen our democracy and to preserve Ghana's well-deserved reputation as haven of peace, stability, and constitutionalism on the African continent. And lastly, that we are committed to working together to undertake constitutional reforms in order to eradicate the root causes of vigilante violence in Ghana. Adopted at Movenpick Ambassador Hotel, Accra, on Friday, December 4th, 2020, by the presidential candidates of the National Democratic Congress and New Patriotic Party of the 2020 elections. 1, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. 2, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic of Ghana and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress. Witnessed by His Lordship Justice Eni Yeboah, Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, His Eminence Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharabutu, National Chief Imam, Reverend Dr. Ernest Edujemfi, Chairman of the National Peace Council, Oji Ahoho Yao JB II, President, National House of Chiefs, and lastly, Dr. Emmanuel O. Akwiti, Executive Director, IDEC.
Thank you very much, His Lordship Chief Justice Eni Yeboah. At this point, may I respectfully invite the parties to the table. The document is here for signing, which I hand over to the Chief Justice, to be assisted by Her Ladyship, Justice Cynthia Pamela Addo, the Judicial Secretary, and Dr. Akwiti. I think this calls for a round of applause. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Your Excellencies will take their seats and we'll have the witnesses. Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, we also call upon the President of the National House of Chiefs thereafter. The Office of the Chief Imam, the General Secretary of the Chairman of the National Peace Council. The Chief Imam. Can we have the Chairperson of the National Peace Council join him? Reverend Dr. Ernest Edujenfi. This is a very solemn ceremony, but I'm sure if our masks were removed, you would see the very broad smiles behind our masks. We're very proud of this moment as a country in the progress of our democracy. Oh, you can go ahead and give a round of applause to Ghana. We also want to remind you that the event is being live streamed on Facebook and YouTube at IDEC Ghana. Live tweet post with hashtag at IDEC Peace Pact. So you can send in your comments at IDEC Peace Pact. We are broadcasting live on GBC TV. It's also streaming live on the National Peace Council Facebook page. While we witness the signing, may I respectfully ask you to fill your forms. You were given some registration forms. If you could please fill them, the ushers will come round and pick them. We respectfully ask you to fill those forms, if you please. the conveners of the 2020 Presidential Peace Pact are the Office of the Chief Imam, the National Peace Council, the National Peace Council. My Lord.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. We will talk to the courts, not to the streets.
May you all be seated, please. Thank you very much, my Lord, the Chief Justice of Ghana, for administering the Peace Pact. The opportunities for photographs to be taken, you can go ahead while we call upon Mr. Patrick Okine. Is Patrick around? Are we on? Yes. Mr. Patrick Okine, who works with IDEG, to give a short performance. Soon after that, we will hear a brief speech from Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the former President of Liberia. Yes, please.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I crave your indulgence to a clarion call, and I would like to ask you to be waving your flags, the Ghana flags, as we do a call and response. Ghana, 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 oh say yeah, yeah, yeah. Ghana, 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 oh say yeah, yeah, yeah. Ghana, oh yeah, Ghana, oh yeah. Thank you. We must unite for Ghana. Gotta use the power. We gotta put Ghana first. Oh, exercise your power. We be one nation, we gotta live along as one people. We be one family, no matter your religion or where you came from. We have a destiny, so come together to build in harmony. Love Ghana, put Ghana first for peace. A common destiny, so come together to build in harmony. Love Ghana, put Ghana first for peace. Yeah, I was my woman Ghana, my young to do your man Ghana. Mialo, Miadani Ghana. Yeah, I was my woman Ghana. Yet to do your mangana, mialo, miadani Ghana. So kasamu Ghana, peace and love for Ghana, peace and love for Ghana. We must unite for Ghana, we must unite for Ghana. Hey, you gotta work to change another Ghana. You gotta work to build another Ghana. Yeah, I was my woman Ghana, my yet to do your mangana. So kasamu Ghana, yeah, was my woman Ghana, my yet to do your mangana. Miadani Ghana. You know, like say, it be like say, wait for come together. I know they say, wait for fight one another. We have a destiny to come together to build it harmony. Love Ghana, put Ghana first for peace. Yeah, come on, destiny to come together to build it harmony. Love Ghana, yeah, first for peace. ya mangana, mialo, miadani bagana. So mangana, mangana, everyendo ya mangana, mialo, miadani bagana. Yendo do wa mangana, yendo do ya mangana, yendo do mialo, miadani bagana. Yeah, wa mangana, yendo ya mangana. Peace and love for Ghana. Peace and love for Ghana. We must unite for Ghana. We must unite for Ghana. Hey, you gotta vote to change your mother Ghana. You gotta work to build a mother Ghana. God bless our whole land. Development for Ghana. We must unite for Ghana. Peace and love for Ghana.
Let me see you wave your flag.
Peace and love for Ghana. We must unite for Ghana. We must unite for Ghana. Yeah. We gotta vote to change the mother Ghana. Vote. We gotta work to build a mother Ghana. Work. God bless our homeland. Development for Ghana. Yeah. We must unite for Ghana.
God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you for that performance, Patrick. We're very grateful. We must unite for Ghana. May I now call Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President of Liberia. As she comes up the podium, I want to recognize that we have in our midst His Excellency Kgalema Petrus Motlanthe, former President of South Africa.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, distinguished Excellencies, personalities, the people of Ghana, the supporters for Ghana, special guest, with emotion. On many, many years ago, when my citizens fled from war, from destruction, and were received by the people of Ghana, by the government of Ghana. And we can never cease to say thank you. I also reflect 17 years ago when we came to Accra after 2 decades of war, once again to come and ask our brothers and sisters in Ghana to help us to find peace, to enable us to start our lives again. And again, I say thank you to the people of Ghana. Today, we witness an important occasion of 2 stalwart leaders of Ghana saying once again, as they said before, and those before them, that they are going to maintain the long-standing credibility, reputation of Ghana as a democratic state that has demonstrated not only its commitment to peace, to democracy, to freedoms, but also to improving the lives of their people. I want to say to all of you, Ghana stands as a model that we all look to for an example. Please keep that light burning, that star of Ghana shining, because with that, what we see today, how far you have come, tell us all that democracy and freedom and peace are the symbols of prosperity. May God bless all of you as we go out. I'm honored to have been chosen by the President of the ECOWAS Commission to head the ECOWAS election observation team. I bring to that task a strong commitment to ensure that we observe, in keeping with the mandate that we have, that all of us who serve on that team do so with the fullest of diligence, commitment, integrity, fairness, to ensure that what we do and the report we make reflects the choice of the people of Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Thank you very much. I wish to call His Excellency, Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, the Special Representative of the Secretary General of West Africa, General for West Africa and the Sahel, and Head of UNOWAS, Dr. Ibn Chambers.
Thank you very much. 4 years ago, as Chairperson of ECOWAS, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf presided over the signing ceremony before the presidential elections in Ghana. And I think we appreciate this very much. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana and presidential candidate of the new Patriotic Party. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President and candidate of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President of the Republic of Liberia, standing on all protocols, including those of COVID. I bring you greetings and a message of solidarity from Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations. The UN has been steadfast in support of the people of Ghana on their path to democratic consolidation. The 7th December 2020 general elections represent another important milestone in this democratic journey, which indeed has significant ramifications for the West Africa sub-region and the continent at large. In this regard, I'd like to commend the conveners of this event the Chief Imam of Ghana, Sheikh Osman Nuhu Saributu, the National Peace Council, the National House of Chiefs, with the Institute of Democratic Governance as technical advisor for making this happen. The contributions of the flag bearers of the two main political parties, His Excellencies Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and John Dramani Mahama, to peace, stability, and the development of Ghana cannot be overemphasized. By once again accepting to participate in this signing event, you have reaffirmed your status as true statesmen and demonstrated your belief in the ideals of democracy, the rule of law, by exemplifying your commitment to preserve Ghana's privileged record as a beacon of peace and democracy on the African continent. This event sends a clear message to party supporters, other political actors, and the nation at large to desist from any conduct that may undermine the peaceful conduct of the December 7 elections and jeopardize the peace and stability for which Ghana is well known. I therefore entreat all stakeholders to seize the momentum generated by this event and take the messages of peace right down to our local communities before, during, and after the elections. Peaceful elections in Ghana have profound implications for the peace and stability of the sub-region, which is currently grappling with daunting security challenges such as terrorist menace in the Sahel. The Ghanaian example of 7 successful elections since 1992 has been a point of reference and inspiration to other countries in Africa. It is our fervent hope that the 8th will be no different, underpinned by its strong national institutions. I share the optimism that Ghana will once again rise to the occasion to deliver peaceful, credible elections despite the additional challenge of the COVID-19 pandemic. The United Nations continue to closely collaborate with the ECOWAS, the African Union, the European Union, the Commonwealth, the NDI, and other bilateral and multilateral partners to support efforts aimed at addressing challenges and building trust and confidence in the electoral process. Today's ceremony has set the tone, and I'm hopeful that all the political actors, the Electoral Commission, defense and security agencies, the media, civil society, and voters will once again collaborate effectively to deliver peaceful and transparent elections which the world has come to expect of Ghana. May Ghana, the Black Star, shine and win again on 7 December 2020. Long live Ghana, long live Africa, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mohammed Ibn Chambers, Special Representative of the Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel and Head of UNOWAS. We've come to another important milestone in this event that is inching to a close, and respectfully, I wish to invite the National Chief Imam, His Eminence Sheikh Usman Nuhu Shaributu to give us the keynote address.
صلوا على النبي الكريم
صلى الله عليه وسلم.
الحمد لله الذي أما الأنام بوافر إحسانه وفضل من شاء بما لامتنانه لا معقب لحكمه ولا رادا لما يريد. أحمده وأشكره على نعمه التي لا تعد، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
ina gaida shugaban kasa da shi tsohon mabiyin tsohon shugaban kasa da jama'a duka da suke nan.
My warm greetings and felicitations firstly to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and His Excellency the former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and then also my felicitations to all participants in this ceremony. Let's be conscious in our minds that God has been gracious to our country, Ghana. When God chooses you for His grace and favors, you are duty bound to express your gratitude to Him. If you are grateful to Him, He will increase the favors and blessings. We have already done 7 elections within this the Fourth Republic. This is the 8th one which is coming. We had a peaceful election during the time of His Excellency the former President Jerry John Rawlings. He did it 8 years. The one that followed also we had 8 years and we did it peacefully. The same thing, His Excellency the former President Atta Mills also had his time and we had peace. Then following His Excellency Atta Mills came His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and we had peace. And currently we are with the current President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and we have peace. We have done all these elections in peace. We did it in peace without violence. Allah told the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that I have been gracious to you through so many means. My favors on you are huge and great. I urge you therefore to make a proclamation about the grace that I have done to you. I have observed and have noted that God's grace of peace for this country today has been proclaimed in this event. The way I have seen even the song that was sung here. Let's be aware that as citizens we keep on praying for peace and God is listening to our prayers. I note, I observe, and I am convinced these two leaders, our country, are righteous, pious, and God-fearing people. They would never allow something bad to happen to this country.
They love Ghana.
Suna so mutanen Ghana.
They love the citizens of Ghana.
Ba za su yadda wani abu ya zo mara daɗi ba.
They will not accept that any calamity or misfortune befalls their followers.
Allah ya magana cikin Al-Qur'ani.
Allah has spoken to us in the Holy Quran.
Maganar da ya ce wa qulu lin-nasi husna. Ku gaya wa mutane magana mai kyau.
That when you speak to people, speak to them in terms that are best.
Kuma ya gaya ma Annabi Muhammad shi Allah.
And then it's the same, Allah also spoke to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Gaya ma bayina in za su yi magana ma mutane magana da ya fi kyau.
Tell my servants that when they communicate or they speak to others, they must speak on terms that are best.
Magana akwai mai kyau, akwai wanda ya fi kyau.
In speech, there is what is good and there's what is best.
Wanda ya fi kyau ya fi mai kyau.
The one that is best is higher than that which is good.
Kaga magana ayan ga guda biyu nga.
These two texts of the Holy Quran,
Me Allah ke nufi da mu.
what does God intend to tell us?
Ana nufi da mu abinda kake so mai kyau a yi maka, mai kyau magana mai kyau, aiki mai kyau a yi maka, ka yi ma bayan Allah.
That the way you desire that others will treat you in the best manner that gives you comfort, you are duty bound to give similar treatment to others.
Abin da baka so a yi maka mummunan magana aiki mara kyau baka so a yi maka to kar ka yi ma dan uwanka.
Bad speech which you dislike and you loathe it, do not also communicate same to others.
Allah yana aiki da bawansa ne irin halin da ya yi, da sifan da ya yi.
God treats and relates to his servants at individual level in terms of how he behaves.
In ka zama aljanna ga mutane, ka zama ni'ima ga mutane, ka zama rahama ga mutane, Allah kuma ya zama gare ka haka nan.
If you become a paradise to others and you become a source of happiness and compassion to others, God will become your paradise and will become your shade and you become your compassion.
Wanda ya girmama mutum ya harare shugabansa saboda shugabansa ya girmama shi, kamar shugaban ne ya girmama.
Whoever respects the servants of another person just because of the owner of the servant, it is that owner of the servant that he shows respect to.
Saboda shi mu gode ma Allah.
Therefore, let's be grateful to Allah.
Me yasa za mu gode ma Allah?
Why should we be grateful to him?
Kasan mu Ghana muna da wani lafiya.
Because in Ghana we live in peace and harmony.
Ku duba kasashen da ke kewaye da mu, me ake yi?
Just observe the nations surrounding our country. What is happening there?
Kashe-kashe.
Killings.
Kame ka abubuwa mara kyau.
And things, violence that destroys nations.
Amma mu muna da wani lafiya.
And look at us. We are living in peace and harmony.
Irin ni'iman nan da Allah ya ma mutanen Makka.
This is similar to the favor or the grace which God did to the people of Mecca of old.
Suna tashi daga Makka su je kasan Yaman.
At the time they traveled in business from Mecca